The one who is going to lead the conversation this afternoon very shortly is none other but Dr. James Komolafe. Dr. James Komolafe is a learning and development specialist with the Learning and Development Network International, LDNI. He is the CEO at the School of Articulation and Behavioral Alignment Resources. In short, we call SABA Resources. He is a fellow of SABA, a fellow of FLED, is an executive director of Gamble Aware, a global advisor and recovery management system for the mental health community. He is a brand architect, a behavioral strategist, he's a psychotherapist, and learning and development practitioner with over 3 decades of experience in leadership building, in behavioral transformation, in organizational overhaul, and institutional developments. He is the creator of Domain Strategy Framework. This is a book that he authored himself. He is a consultant to brands, both in the private and in the public sector, helping individuals and organizations align identity, behavior, and systems for sustainable performance and reputation. His work integrates behavioral science with practical facts and figures, supporting businesses, startups, and ongoing establishments in leadership, productivity, corporate culture for brands. Through consulting, executive branding, mentorship, and transformational learning interventions, he equips leaders and institutions with measurable framework analysis, psychometric strategies that drive lasting change, trust, innovation, and legacy. He's a member of various professional organizations, both at home and abroad, providing intervention for the private and public institutions. Fellow colleagues, I would like us to join Dr. James Komolafe in this conversation this afternoon as we talk about personal branding, the domain strategy. And I believe that we're going to have a wonderful time together. I'm going to hand over the room to Dr. James to take over the session. If you have questions, please, I would like you to drop your questions in the chat room as the conversations are ongoing. And at the right time, we're going to attend to those questions. If time permits, we might allow 1 or 2 persons to ask questions directly if we have time for those kind of conversations to happen. But let's make use of the room, the chat room, to drop all our questions, and we'll attend to them as we make progress. So welcome, speaker. I would stop sharing so that you can take over the room and start your presentation, and let's have the conversation begin. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Benwari. Like I said, you look like one of my professors in school in those days. So, oh, good to see you, everyone in the house, in the Ricabo, my old friend, and everybody, Nofisat, Uncle, Ike, and everybody this morning. We're going to have a fireworks session. So, get me your sheet of paper. Branding has moved from just talk to walk. I'm going to check you neck up to be sure you are good neck down to be great leg forward. And we're going to do that in fact and figures. Please, can you hear me? Can you all hear me in the house? Everybody,
Yes, sir,
if you
we
can hear me, say,
Very
Yes,
well,
okay,
sir.
very well. We can hear you, sir.
Thank you, hear me, see Peter. Okay, thank you. You can hear me very well. So let's talk
Okay.
branding, the domain way.
Sure.
No brochure, my people are here. We're going to talk
Yes.
branding the domain strategy way. In those days, when we hear about brands and branding, all you are looking for is a car or some fleet of cars. You see a tag on it. You go to an organization, everybody is in green, or there's a face cap. They go around town and all of those, and you say, "Car, they are branded." Oh, this organization is branded. It's a branded company. It's a branded individual, and you hear of all of that. But few weeks down the line or few years down the line, you don't get to see nothing. All of the noise, the facade, the TV advert simmers down into oblivion. And you wonder what is happening. Where are the workers? Where are the staff? What happens? And then people begin to poke them here and there. They look for better grants, better offer, and all of that. I want to start by saying, whatever position you find yourself, you are a brand. You are a brand of some sort. Your brand could either be a confusing one, or a cosmetic one, or a converging one. Hmm? When you stand up and you don't stand out, then it's a brand in the valley of confusion. Where you are standing up and standing out, and you only benefit yourself and the few staff that you have, just trying to eke out a living on the competency of your brand and the market or service you want to produce, then it's a cosmetic brand. But where your brand is meeting the stakeholder, customer, everyone around, broadening your bottom lines, and impacting society for good. You see scale, you see possibility, there's optimal result, you are lengthening your stake, and you are impacting society in fact and figures. On one side, telling with behavior, on the other side, creating a shift in culture inside and out, then we say you are a converging brand. So, who tells me the three kinds of brand in contemporary times? Yes, let's make it discussive within a short time while we also do our analysis, behavioral analysis here. Yes, what are the three types of brand I have just said here? Okay, the confusing one, the cosmetic one, and the converging one. Prof, I'm sure your brand is a converging one. By their face we shall know them. So the brand reputation is never a destination. It is the visible outcome of a deliberate, designed domain strategy. What is the domain strategy? Why must I domain? Why must I have domain to my brand? See, there can be dominion outside if the domain inside is not intact. Eh? Dominion is a consequence of the domain within. Where you don't have the domain appreciably and appropriately in your own brand, and you say you are branded, I want to tell you, friend, you are just cosmetic, surface, running alone, running fast, along with you guys who helps you to just hit your target, your goal, and then you get going. Hmm? It's cosmetic. But where it is on the pivotal domains, then you are talking about systems, you are talking about the structures, you are talking about the strategy, you are looking at the story content implicit, you are looking at so many variables there according to McKinsey 7S strategy of corporate packaging and management. So, what are we saying? Personal brand reputation is critical. It's one thing to be a brand across these three levels, is another thing for your brand to be reputable, which is also an answer. So, where is your domain strategy? Which portals are you operating from? Because live in the 21st century network, digitization, globalization, and all of the infotech and ICT You talk about domain. Where's your own domain? Where are you in the game? See, in branding, modern times, you either play the game or make up your mind to fight the war. Nofisat, which one do you want to do? Ijoma, which one do you want to do? You want to play the game or fight the war? You see, it is whatever, Uncle Jack, it is whatever you see that you can seize. Either play the game or fight the war. Eno, my old friend, which one are you doing? So we're going to show you the necessary condition, how you can navigate from there to sufficient condition and enjoy brand sustainability. You talk about brands, we're looking at your position, we're looking at your identity that powers your authority for who you are and for what you do and claim to do and what you do not do. It's part of your branding. What you do and what you fail to do by default. It's part of your brand identity. So when you don't have an identity, you become a non-entity. And when you become a non-entity, then you can become an authority. And when you can become an authority, then you are cosmetic, not going somewhere else apart from where you are. So, what are the necessary conditions? What must I know? What must I do to stand up and stand out? Looking for definition, the cumulative perception about your identity, your behavior, your consignment, mm, your reputation. Look at what I said. Becomes cosmetic, emotional, mm, accidental, personality driven, temporary for a reality when it is cosmetic on the surface. Reputation without the domains stands in isolation. It cannot sustain institution. It only sustains few egghead in the organization or gas at the top. And there are few cronies who are playing the game of propaganda and becoming stooges just to earn their wages and salaries while they propaganda and propagate for their boss or guy on top. Bowope, and they have this common slogan. Money rich, you know rich. At the end of the day, I can take my bills. So look at the necessary condition in branding. It's a route everybody must go through. Hmm? You have a local brand or a global brand or local brand, whichever brand, there are necessary conditions. And in my book on speaking brands, you need to read this book. Madam, you need to read this book. I've identified 25 characteristics of a brand that is speaking. It's one thing for you to have a brand, it's another thing for your brand to speak. Look at the triangle you can see there. That is the cosmetic side of branding where all you are out, oh, let my brand, let people just see my brand. So it's in your A, it's at top like a tower. People can see your billboard, people can see your acronym, your vision, mission statement. You place it on the wall, you laminate it in every staff room and ask people to recite it and all of that, just because you want to gain reputation. And then you do critical engagement where you do three things. You interact, to interface with stakeholders in order to create the much needed intervention. So in critical engagement, you do three things. You interact, inside, outside, you interface in order to intervene in the provision of goods and services. And then the last lap is efficient service delivery. And once you do this, what comes around goes around. You say, oh, we are reputable. We're just good to go. And then we are making it, we are hitting the bottom lines and expanding it. This is cosmetic. Most of the time, this is what we know about branding, and we say, "Oh, my brand has a reputation. We're even growing. We're now in Lagos, we're in Abuja." But more to that, do we look or bother about long-term sustainability? Are we looking at skills? Are we looking at so many other variables that keeps your brand not only going but growing? and gaining grants vertically and horizontally? Are you doing backward and forward integration by the reason of your brand? Are you institutionalizing or you are individualizing? It makes a difference. So I won't do much talk because we have a reality check too to run. So get me your piece of paper and your biro. Do a tea table quickly. I'm going to test you in order to treat and trend you for a trusting expedition at this moment. So we're going to do 5 key models to modify behavior, personal brand, and organizational brand at the same time. Let's talk in fact and figures at the same time. So brand communicates drive critical engagement. Critical engagement seeks efficient service delivery. Brand reputation becomes the expected outcome. Mm. And then activities revolve around personalities. Service becomes event driven rather than system driven. Kai, my friend, you are cosmetic. Mm. This triangle saves you from confusion. It brings you into a what? A cosmetic brand package. And you know, I told you on this platform that in life, behaviorally speaking, you must package to manage in order to avoid what? The damages there. So, what is the diagnosis of necessary condition create movement? They do not necessarily give you the trace that you need. So, when you have it going like this, congratulations. Let me ask us, how many of us have our brand personally as an individual or your organization that you create or where you work that you can say, yes, we have this for a niche. We have this for a pitch. I mean, where our brand is communicating, we are engaging, we are getting service, and then we are making profit. If you will say, oh, so yes, eh? Good. If you have this, you have just started. This is not destination. It is the beginning. If you are not here, then your brand, what you call brand, is in confusive state already. And you and your brand needs therapy. And when you do therapy for institutions, organizations, I just did one for a corporate brand in Nigeria, public yesterday. And only one person was well with their brand. And I hope in LDN, some of our friends said we will have at least 5 who will be wet, neck up, in order to be good neck down. So do this for me. Say, when I am good neck up, I will be good neck down. And when I am good neck down, I will be great leg forward. Can you say it again? I must check up from the neck up in order to be good neck down with my brands, personal, organizational. And when I am good neck down, I will be great leg forward. Hmm? I told you, everywhere you find yourself, you are in brand. And your brand must speak with the brand trolley. Now, look at cosmetic brand, surface branding, little organizational depth, image before culture. Hmm? Responsibility is transferred upward. Ah, na them demo, leave them, make them tell us what they need. At the end of the day, I'll take my salary. I tire, oh, my brother. I just day here. One day is one day. God will make a way for me. And when a guy is coming and all of that, you play as if you are the best thing that have happened in that organization and institution. You see, it is transactional workforce ownership disappear. They say, not be my own. I just came here to work. Oh. Hmm? Ogata, Ogauta. Voila. You see, ownership disappears. No time. You get it in the book because I'm too quick to want to check us neck up. Hmm? It's cosmetic. Ownership disappears. You have weak learning culture. Eh? You see, nobody cares about talent. And when you want to showcase talent, they will say, "Oh, today, can you see him? He's proud. He's proud." So everybody pipes low. They say any question in staff meeting, in management meeting, you keep mute because it's an appraisal issue. Your boss is there. Who are you? Who are you ready to talk anything? Unsustained growth is there. Short-term wins. High staff over. Are you aware that in some so-called brands, they dare not train their staff because once they train them, they say, "Hey, they will run." They will poke them. So they leave you where you are. It's cosmetic. The problem is not spiritual, it is structural and technical. You need to hire a behavioral diagnostics officer and let's check your root cause analysis and put you right. So you have all this. So what's the report here? Corporate engineering must begin from balcony before changing the dance floor. It's not about recruiting, no, the balcony, the management, the people at top must be checked and then respect and get the right thing done. So look at sufficient condition, the converging brand. Look at it. That is the brand that builds long-lasting reputation. That is the brand that observes the no-go-show flow. Say after me from today, I belong to the Logrosho brand. I am a Logrosho brand identity manager. I believe in Logrosho. My brand is the Logrosho brand. So what do you know? Your triangle must evolve. Now, can you see that same triangle is coming out? We started with a triangle. Can you see? It's a giving. That is where to start from. That is where you want to think you flight from in the short run. This is good. But in the intermediate and long run, you stay here, you are on your own. Before you know, jobs crumple on you, and then you see exodus, you see staff turnover, and all kinds of things are happening. This triangle is good here for now, but it must evolve from three domains, and that is where the domain strategy comes in. If it is not within the purview of your domains, I'm sorry, that brand would die in the event of time. It will go fast, but will never go far because so many things are happening within that is causing misalignment. And I told you before, you need alignment before the assignment. Don't go do assignment when you don't have internal alignment. So it is internal alignment that must face out this and fish it out by evolution. And that is where the domain strategy comes to the fore. Now look at the domain strategy quickly. What's the first domain? It is know. What is your story? Don't show me your glory without your story. Everyone inside must know your storyline. People must grow from the inside and grow with you. That's what the story is all about. When I want to work for any organization, either in L&D or in training, in recruiting, or in behavioral analysis, I ask for their story. Please, where can I see your story? Don't show me your glory when I cannot see your story. I need to know your story, where you are coming from. That's where you are original. That's where you are portable. You are cute, related. That's where the journey begins for any brand. I need to know your story. How did you start? Where are you? What are your good? What are your bad? What are your ugly? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your opportunities? What are the threats? I need to see your past too. Let me not preach. So look at your growth. We need to grow your state. It's not enough to know to say, well, we are here, we day here. Eh? You also need to grow something. What do you learn? What do you relearn? What do you unlearn? Do you need to reinvent? I've reinvented so many of my companies of late because some of them are no longer relevant. So I have to grow my state. What is your state? In situ. It's your state in situ that gives you a statement outside there. And then what do you show as far as strategy is concerned? By the time you amalgamate your no domain plus your grow domain, it will give you your show domain. And where it gives you your show domain, what happens? Your for becomes a natural consequence. You flow. You carry a flow package. And you see, when you carry a flow, it's a law in the school of attraction. Your flow will be given to you. You just have the flow. And at the end of the day, your brand carries reputation. You still have your triangle, but coming out of three domains. Say after me, everybody, it takes 3 seconds to make a triangle for a brand that is reputable and a brand that lasts. Where I don't have the 3 circles and I want to craft my own triangle, I am on my own. I am only surface, superficial, cosmetic, and might soon go into extinction. So look at your niche brand value when you are in four eventually. Hmm? Ability shows up that brings the shine. Reality is created for that brand. And then people do critical, meaningful engagement that will make the brand reputable, come rain or shine. So, what is your storyline? You know. What is your grow line? What is your state line? Your grow. And then what is your show line? Your deliveries and deliverables. They are all very important. So you need internal framework for external framework. Let's quickly go to our analysis. These stories tire me. You can always move them later. So, 5 pillars for sufficient condition: storyline, state, strategy, system that delivers the sustainability. Now, the domain strategy will produce this for you. It's a law. Hmm? It will create ownership. People will own the organization. They see it as Tiwantiwa and work for you. They can die for you. Any organization, because they see it's our own. The civil service job is not the job of everybody. You see leadership at all frontiers, vertical and horizontal. You see leadership. You see corporate culture. You see in learning organization across the divide. You see career development. You see people go overseas and all that without having to kick the key to save because I don't trust them and all of that. So people no longer live or work for salaries just to earn salaries. No, they work because they are happy. There's dignity of labor. They work their lives. They are happy. They are proud about it. So you have 25 brand gaps, no time. You can look at them in the book that I offer you through a download later. People, processes, profitability, purpose, and all of that. You can read that later. So take your sheet of paper, let's run the assessment. If I don't want to run this one, I want to run your cosmetic brand analysis and then your converging brand analysis. Take it as a given. Your cosmetic brand analysis is your personal private brand as an individual, while the other one may be your corporate one. So leave this one first. If there's time, we'll come back there. So the domain strategy tells you you have a catalytic engine that gives every person a place in your organization while they take their space. Great organizations don't merely communicate, they align, they grow, they execute, and they institutionalize inside out. So let's run this reality check and check you by the domains to see where you are and the portal to which you are operating from. So before we do the test, NECO, for a checkup, you need to read this book. It shows you the 25 gap analysis and how to fix them in your own organization. And it is forwarded by my friend, the DG of ITF. Of course. So reputation is not built by whatever people say about your brand today. It is built by the system that continues to speak when the founders are not even in the room, either physically or otherwise. That is how I see it. So let's run your PBAT 101 personal brand assessment test. We want to see your water level, whether you are skimming on the surface for gnats, for small, small fishes, or you are taking your deep for the sharks there in the business world. So let's see the necessary condition. So take a sheet of paper, like I did, put your name and a WhatsApp number quick. If you don't follow us here, you will not be able to arrive with us. I have turned the talk into a walk through an assessment. So please follow the instruction very carefully. Instruction one, take the option that best describe your person. Hmm? Tick. I want you to tick it. One is low, two is fair, three is good, four is high, and then always. Please, this is the common denominator. Everybody, this is what you are following. So, on the cosmetic side, quickly, 25 questions. Our brand is no more because of publicity than proven performance. Oh yeah, interact. Oh yeah, check yourself. What will you score? If this question is good for you, 100%, then you score 4/4. If we're just good, 75, you score 3/4. If we're 50, Agbedemeji, you are fair. If no, 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 never. That's not my position. You score 1. Do we understand? If you don't understand me now, we'll leave you at the bus stop. You won't be able to go with us. So let's go. So just write. You will not need to don't tick, just write, because you are going to snap it to me as a brand architect and profiler. I'm going to work on your brand and bring out the meat of the gist. I'll show you your gap, your loophole, your vacuums. I'll show you your structural deviation. I'll show you your trend analysis. I'll show you your root cause analysis. I will show you your alignment quotient and all of those variables we're looking for beyond the talk. So, number one, our brand is no more because of publicity than proven performance. What do you score yourself? I take my own score. Number two, our communication is stronger than our internal culture. What is it? Number two, I take my own. Question three, we spend more time promoting our image than improving our systems. What do you score? Number four, people who associate. Shall I come and open this thing for me? Oh, yeah, the number four is something you can do on your own. Quickly tick. Then number five. What is number five? Quickly tick it. I'm going to move it. Open the slide for me. Number five. Our reputation. Answer. I'm going to move it to 6 now. Number six. Employees work mainly for salary rather than ownership. Does it happen in your organization? Number six. Tick. Number seven, decisions depend mostly on the boss rather than system. Mhm. That is the cosmetic brand. Then number eight, office politics. Office politics, number eight, influences performance more than corporate policy. Tick or write the answer. Number nine, employees are reluctant to take initiative without approval. Hey, I can't do anything. Oh, hey, talk to them first. So, if you are timid, people are fearful. Then number 10, open, open the system. They are there. Hmm? Collaboration. Have you done number 10? Wait, because of that 10, I'm still doing another one. Number 11, service quality. Hmm? Number 11, service quality varies depending on who is available. Cosmetic brand, you find it there. Then number 12, staff turnover affect customer satisfaction. You say, since we lost this man to that other company, since he went to Canada, this is where we are. Don't mind us. Now, so Nigeria big. Number 12. Number 13, training investment often result in losing talented employees, like I told you. Some brands can no longer trade. They say, hey, they will do Ben Johnson, they'll do Austin Boto and leave us. Leave them as they are. Let them grow through the ranks. Then, number 14. Most operational knowledge resides in few key individuals. They hold knowledge in that your organization, that your brand. Number 15. Service excellence is driven more than individuals can process. More than individuals than processes. Just excel. The survival of the fittest. Then number 16. Leadership succession is uncertain. Hmm? Say, well, now them demo, even if you spend 50 years here, you are still on the same spot. Collect salary, go. Number 17, employees are unclear about organization's long-term vision. I trained some certain government parastatal. One who is close to a director almost told me this is the first time he was going to do training. And he came from Lagos to attend a corporate training in Abuja in 15 years. They are more than cosmetic, they are confused. Then 18, learning opportunities are limited to selected staff. They just pick here and there. Would you? All of that. 19. Innovation depends on management, rather everyone. Corporate culture. 20. With leadership changes over time. I hope you are scoring yourself. And then 21. The organization struggle to maintain consistency over time. Hmm? Think or write your figure. Then employees feel more connected to their department than the organization. They say, well, account and finance, we know our work. Whatever admin wants to do, they on their own. In the same brand. And then they start prayer and fasting to increase, to expand, to take growth to the next level. 22, employees feel more connected. 23, individual success is rewarded more than team success. You write a report and you don't upstairs it. The guy that actually brought the win, then you go into muddy waters. 24, we react to crisis more often than we prevent them. Hmm? And then lastly, our brand will significantly weaken if one leader left. So you begin to micromanage, you begin to, you have sacred cows. Emma Dolo, don't let him go. If he leaves, we are done for. That is a brand in the cosmetic. The brand is communicating, they are engaging, and they are also producing services at what you call efficiency, quote unquote. Now, what is the scoring stuff here? See how you score yourself. Total all your score now, all over 100. That is your maximum. Total your score. And what does that mean? The maximum is 100. Now, how many of us score 85 to 100 here? I like to know. Just add all your score. How many? Quickly, quickly, quickly. I want to take the last one before the Bamila go out. How many? Tell me your score over 100. What do you score? Hmm? What do you score? Oh yeah, add up, add up. Everybody add your score. Tell me your house address, your brand house address. Just add your figure from 1 to 2 to whatever. Okay. While you are doing the adding, let's go to the converging brand. The brand that has not only identity but authority for optimal productivity. That is the brand where you see systems, where you see framework analysis, where their triangle is coming out of their circles. They are embedded, they are encrusted, they are rooted, and they are grounded. See, anything you score, let me quickly show you this. I will go to the other one. If you score 85 and above, it means your brand is a cosmetic one, the one where I described before. Your brand operates largely on visibility rather than sustainability. It relies heavily on personalities, on promotions, and short-term performance. Short put, typically, the triangular surface model dominates, indicating a strong need for deeper institutional alignment. That's the meaning. You are down in the spot. If your score is 65 to 84, you are a reactive brand. You don't sell it. What is happening? Hey, and you don't have internal structure that sets the pace for society. is a reactive brand. Your brand demonstrates pocket of strength but remains vulnerable to leadership changes, inconsistent systems, and fluctuating performance. Reputation exists, but it is not yet firmly rooted in enduring practices. That is the meaning. If you score 45 to 60, your brand is an emerging one. Has anybody told us his or her score here? Nobody yet. Maybe you should pick the principle and work it out later, then talk to me. You see, that is the meaning. When your brand is 45 to 64, you are an emerging brand. You have no emerging, you are just trying to come out. The foundations of a sustainable brand, there are beginnings. Okay? And what do you notice? There's an evidence of improving culture, shared responsibility, growing system through several critical gaps. Still require attention before reputation become self-sustaining. You need therapy. Your brand needs therapy. But when you score 25 to 44, you are a speaking brand. How many scored 25 to 44 here? Otherwise, we'll bring all of you to Abuja in our brand reservation place. Wow. I don't think I'm sure you don't understand. You're saying your brand is down. You are saying your brand needs immediate attention. If you understand the question, hey, Joma, you need to show up quickly, report for therapy. That has the meaning. The people who pass are people whose brand are speaking. In other words, you are scoring between 25 and 44. You are normal. You are converging. Your brand is moving beyond image into institutional strength. Leadership culture, systems, and people are becoming aligned and enabling reputation to arise naturally from the consistent practice rather than the other one. Now, let's quickly do the other one because that's where I want you to be and that's where I want you to always abide. You see, your water level is what we are testing, and how deep is your brand. I've tested you for necessary. Some of you are still struggling, meaning you are even in the confusion brand yet. You are not yet cosmetic in that. So you have not fulfilled the necessary condition. So branding is not about cars. It's not about having great service. We look at sustainability, we look at systems, we look at structure, we look at various things out there. Very vital in branding. So we look at so many things. Let's quickly go to the second one. This stuff you will have it later. So, oh yeah, on the other side, are you ready? Let's see the logo show brand. If your brand is not logo showing, then I'm sorry, it's not brand at all. You must be logo showing your brand. Where you know your story, you grow your state in order to show your strategy that gives you a flow content to create the context that is needed in the place of service devolution, while you integrate on a very powerful level. So let's test you again and see your water level. One here means low, two, fear. Now is the opposite of the former one because the former one was negative. That's why your score has to be negative. But for this one, your score has to be positive. Ẹgbọ́n mi ń sìn o, ẹ̀yin èèyàn. So one is low, two is fair, three is good, and four is high. Let's see the ground running. Question number one. Quick. I have clearly defined personal and organizational purpose that guides every decision. Yeah, tick, quick, quick, quick. All right. Question one, write your score. Question two, our story, vision, and value are understood and consistently communicated. People understand it. You are a people person, not just product. If you don't perform like they did for me in banking those days, you sleep having drinks of Target and all of that. So, number three, we know our niche and what distinguishes us from others. So yeah, tick. If you know very well, you are scoring 4/4. And we don't know, we are just here. One or possibly two. Question four. Our decisions reflect our core values rather than convenience. Hmm? Yeah, tick. Our identity remains consistent even during periods of change. Those are very converging brands. Hmm? Number five, learning, unlearning, and relearning are part of our culture. If it is that 100%, you're scoring for my friend. Fact number 7, people are intentionally developed before they are promoted. Not Gary, all of that. No. And then leadership development exists at every level of organization. People lead by instinct. People are given, you see, an enable environment to thrive and all of that. Yeah. Number 8, leadership. 9, employees are encouraged to innovate and improve the systems. There's that leverage there. And then 10, we invest in people as our greatest competitive advantage. You invest in people, you train them, you equip them, you send them to go and learn best global practices and all that. 11, our strategy is clearly documented mm, in our organization. Do you have that happening? That is it. 12, every employee understand how his work or her work contribute to the mission. Because a loophole analysis, one loophole is enough to bring down the whole content of your brand if you know what you are doing. So quickly look at that. Then question 13, what do you see there? We consistently deliver value rather than merely completing tasks. Hmm? These are date of target. Don't have met target, and then people sit down and wait for next obnoxious target. Then 14, collaboration across team is stronger than internal competition. You do me, I do you. And then 15, what do you have? Our processes continue to perform effectively, regardless of personnel changes, because a system is taking everybody up, not just people, because of a star staff and all of that. Some of you who hang the star staff of the year of them, you have to be careful. When I visit your organization, I'm going to pull out the gaps, the gap analysis, and show you some certain loopholes and vacuum you must speak and tell you the psychotherapeutical effect of some of those things you call branding that are no longer making waves in the 21st century brand packaging. Then look at 15. Okay, have you done 15? Our processes continue to perform okay, we've done that. Then 16, look at it. Excellence is maintained through systems rather than what? Individual effort alone. Some ogas will be dying while some staff are there playing whatever, suffering the net and tweeting. Or and the ogas at the top are dying over work. That's something that's not a good brand. 17, our corporate culture is visible in everyday behavior. Is that in your place? Then 18, staff take ownership of organizational success. They share it across board. 19, trust, accountability, and transparency define our working relationship. And then 20, we intentionally prepare future leaders to sustain organizations. There's so many brands who call so-called brand. There's no good. So please don't run into that error in your own era of branding. Branding has gone past that. Then we intentionally prepare future leaders. 21, hmm, quick. Our organization has clearly defined strategic eh, domains and responsibility. Domain. Domain has 25 characteristics. You will get it in the book. You see, if you suddenly have a staff increase of a 1,000 people employee, domain will swallow them up. But when you don't have domains and you only craft something you call branding, you are you are stranded. You don't know what to do because you can fix people appreciably and appropriately for efficiency and effectiveness because you are not operating your branding from the domains. Your triangle just came out like a magic. It's not evolving from your story, from your strategy, and from your state to give us what we're looking for. Then number 22, every individual know where they fit and the value they contribute. Is that true? The organization. 23, system policies and cultures are stronger than personality. Wherever goes, the work remains. The system takes it up. It has a way of defining and redefining its own internal equilibrium over time. Does that happen in your brand, organizationally? and even personally. 24, our reputation grows because of consistent internal excellence rather than just publicity. Why wasting money on advertisement and all that when inside you are rotten? You are not strong. You are weak. You are Lilliputian for a brand and you are wasting money on that. That's why when people come, the law of first impression takes them up. And before you know it, they say, where I'm born. We come. Then 25, we are building an institution that can thrive beyond what? Beyond our current leadership. So add your score. What did you get here? Uncle Ike, tell me your score here. It must be high. Otherwise, I'll come for you. So add your score. The minimum you can score here is 25. It's 25, and the maximum is 100. Now, when you score 85 to 100, you are a master navigator. In fact, cyber resources and global recovery management system will adopt you immediately on your brand, and you will participate globally in one of our critical initiatives that is hitting the ground running now. If you score 85 to 100, you are branded, you are a master navigator. You are deep in your institution for a brand. Your personal and organizational brand promotes strong internal alignment. We see processes, procedure, and everything working without running the riot there. Your story, your state, your strategy, and your flow, they harmonize within to create a resilient and trusted organization that is reputable. Come rain or shine. You are building an institution, not just merely maintaining an image and raising superstars who, when they take their flight, if your organization is in cinders and down. No. So if you score 65 to 84, you are a strategic navigator. Your brand is growing with all the meaning. If you score 46 to 45 to 64, you are an emerging navigator, just transiting your brand. And all of these have their fact and figures and their psychometric analysis to help you engage and all of that. So I'm coming to your organization to see where you are in this story so as to fix your state for a new level of strategy. For the wise, culture will eat your strategy, not only for breakfast, but for lunch and for dinner, according to Professor Michael Porter of Harvard University, the apostle of competitive strategy. So if you don't come out from domains, then you are donating to your society an ecosystem, a brand that will not last. If you score 25 to 44, it is Surface Navigator. It's a vulnerable brand needing therapy in its first course, second course, and of course, third course. So tell me your score and let's see where you are. Okay. Tell me your score in this second one anyway. Just add all the scores. What do you have? Okay. Uncle Ben 75. Oh, that's great. That's great. You are my friend from today. That's great. I told you you are a professor. What is your score? What is your score? So, in the final analysis, what I will say before I quit this morning about branding, personal brand navigation analysis. The assessment will help you to discover where you are, where your story is, how well have you managed the story, where your state is and where you need to seek improvement so as to engage society so that the final analysis you have a home run that you are hitting so hard. So who score what in this cosmetic one? Okay, just two people answered me right. Thank you, Uncle Ike. Well, it's encouraging, but not there yet. Emmanuel Dunamis, if you don't score 80, then you have no office to come to anymore. That's good. So these are reality checks you need to reflect on and all of that. Now I want to offer you something, everybody. The no-grosso water level principle for which your brand must run by and to offer you a gift. It is called short brand identity and overhauling. So what will you do? Snap your true assessment and the answers to me. Hmm? I will be able to see where you are lacking in strength, where you are needing some kind of wholeness there, and then you can fit in for this. It is optional. I'm going to be very practical on you and on your brand at personal level and at organizational level. And I have a global certification hub that will certify and brand you specially and produce you for some certain niches and pitches there. If you like, you can also do this. I'm doing this for some brands around, and I felt like LDNI is cool. Let me also extend it to you. Just indicate your interest to me, and there's a short put brand identity overhauling certification program we are running so that you can know where you are, why you are there, and to come out from among them and be separate for a brand identity that moves in virile authority. So, before I'm done, any question, any issue? Who's
All right.
called what in this second one?
Okay, so
So
we have a
over to you.
question. There's a
Yes,
question. One question we have in the chat room. Let me just read it out. Please, if you have
good.
questions, I'd like you to drop in the chat room so that we can read them out for responses. So the question is this. This is from Olukemi Barua. Says,
Yes.
what is the nexus between brand reputation and domain strategy?
Thank
Then
you very
the other part of the question is saying, also, is domain strategy being used as a metaphor or analogy to understand the concept of building strong brand? So
thank you
two
very much.
questions.
In one.
All right.
Olukemi must have come late to this class. Tell me the truth and lie not, because it's a direct nexus. It's directly proportional.
Mm.
You don't talk about a brand that is not coming out of a domain. Have you ever seen a woman who delivers a child without Okay, let me not go to that one. Without having womb, when there are few exceptions, or without having where women do anything these days. Not a good example. You see, look at the domain. So look at me, you came in late to this class. You must ask Professor Benwari for the replay so that you can be in the class very well. You need to read this book. I told you, forwarded by the Director General of Industrial Training Fund. Hmm? You need to read it because we are a working Nigeria and all brands, including you. So, my critical leader at the top, please, we're coming home. Charity must begin from home. So look at the relationship between the domain. If your brand is not coming out of a domain, or you say, Doctor, mine is that I'm not even used to this domain you are talking about. Can you check my own? Please, I will check. Almost at 90% discount because you are part of the house. Now look at this situation. Look at me, are you looking? Ijoma, can you see? Aminat, Agbaje, can you see? Uncle Ike, Awaimo, can you see? So your storyline, like I told you, when you read the book, you know more about what the storyline is that makes you real. You are not a copycat. You are not just doing, what are they doing in global? Let's copy. Let's do. You just plant here and there. You got no story. So you are not prepared for branding. You just come
Okay.
out with your own
Okay.
triangle of service. And then the
Hello,
group
Doc.
and the show must produce the four. That's the relationship. One, two, three, circle must produce the triangle for a brand that lasts. So what are the domains? The no domain, the grow domain, the show domain will produce your four for long-term sustainability. Yes, sir. Prof.
Okay. All right, Doc. Thank you very much. So we have less 10 minutes or so
So
to wrap
any
up
question
the
again?
session.
So everybody
Let's take
snap
the
me your
questions.
assessment. Snap me
Okay.
your
Any
assessment,
question?
the two of them. Then I'll be able to
Okay.
support
Will
you.
the question be shared? I think it will be shared. Someone is asking, of course, I believe that will also be shared
Yes.
to everyone who participated
Let
in
them
this
take their
program.
time.
And especially, yes, especially the assessment tests. It is very important, the need for us to continually act the position of our brands, the reputation of our brand regularly to know where we are and to be able to close the gaps quickly. So this will be shared so that we can do regular evaluation of our personal and corporate brands so that we are always in tune and we are always delivering effective services. So I can't find any more questions.
Okay,
I want
Baruwa
to
is
believe
raising
that,
her. Kemi Baruwa is still
okay,
raising her hand. Kemi,
okay.
Auntie Kemi,
Uh, can,
speak on.
can we just take you for 30 seconds? You ask your question, and then Doc will take it for a minute or less, if possible, so that we can take other quick information
Okay,
before we wrap
I've
the
just private
session.
chat you. I have a question. I private chat you, moderator. Please read my
Okay,
question. One I private chat to you. I sent a
okay.
question to your chat box, your private
Okay,
chat.
You need the
okay, let
domain
me quickly look for it
strategy
there.
to make a strong brand. That is the message. You don't know the domain, I fix the domain for you and your organization. What's Auntie Kemi's question, please? So please do your
Okay,
assessment and
I
send to
can't
me.
find that question. Can you just ask the question? Just ask it, Kemi,
Ask for
please.
Okay,
everybody to
While you have the
learn,
floor, just
Kemi.
quickly do that. I can't.
okay. Okay, my question is this. I train teachers and my
Okay,
clients are the school leaders. And oftentimes
okay.
I get this kind of reaction from them that they are very reluctant to train their
Hmm.
teachers because they are afraid
Yes.
that after training them, they will leave to greener pastures. So what would be
Hmm.
what just want to advise on the right response I should give to them
Hmm. Hmm.
as a consultant?
Okay, Auntie Kemi, you need to talk with me. I promise you before Prof. I'm going to treat your case very specially, even if it is a contribution for the sake of teachers, because Komolafe means the one who teaches. I teach the children of God and children of men. So I'm going to contribute that value. See, there is no one size fits it all to any issues. So right for me, Auntie Kemi, idea model, idea, ID, somebody is interjecting us. Somebody will have to mute this person. Please mute this person who is interjecting us. You see, Auntie Kemi, write down the word idea. Every case has its own merit and demerit. I for identification, D for definition, E for evaluation, and A for application. When you engage with me, I'm going to show you how to cast this template on that question, and the answer will naturally come out. When you do that, the domain strategy speaks to you, gives you answer. This thing just work on a natural consequence when you know what to do. And that's why I said it. Somebody is causing this thing to echo.
Can this person?
You are cracking, sir. The audio.
Somebody is causing it there.
You are cracking.
Can you mute everybody, please? You see,
All right.
like I said, most brands here are afraid of training people. When you train them, they say, Ojuwala, their eyes will be open. And then they see greener pasture. It's because you are not in your domains. It's because your brand is just a triangle that is communicating, engaging, and producing. Brands have moved beyond that. No, are you hearing me? It's not enough to look for a job and get it and then deliver. No, you must create a system approach that powers your three domains. What is your story? Where are you coming from? Why are you doing what you are doing? I started my career from banking, but today I consult for hospitals, clinic. I still go to banks. I go to institutions. I sit in front of board people and all of that. My work is everywhere. I discharge people from rehabs using my competency. I do root cause analysis and all of that. What are we saying? You need a story. If you have a brand that is not coming out of a storyline, it's a hogwash. It will soon die. People will leave you when you expose them. So, very pivotal. Reinvent.
All
I
right.
told you I crashed some of my companies in order to reinvent so that I can follow the storyline, build a new nexus, and engage pivotally and positively. So, can you see the no where it is? Can you see the grow where it is? And you see the show, they produce the four, which is still the triangle. Here, you are in your safety net. That is your unique selling point that hits the ground running, come rain or shine. And then I want to speak now before I know. And until Vice President that I shook her hand privilegedly last Saturday in Abuja, LDNI, and our Oga David Brown. I'm offering to all LDNI brands, wherever you are, opportunity to package your brand for the domain characteristics of it so that your domain is intact, then your brand can dominate outside. Domain
All right.
is critical to brand integration at all levels, local, national, international, and across all the economic systems. So when you are in your domains, wow, you are a pretty wildfire burning everywhere. And your brand is not only listened to, needed, it's also admired and wanted. People want your brand in their own brand. They say, tell us your story. How did you do it? And you help them grow
Thank you,
across their
sir.
own borderlines and show. So it's a no-grow show brand.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Komalafe. This, I believe, is an exciting book. I wish we could just continue, but because of time,
Let's continue.
we'll just we'll end at this point because of time. Thank you very much. It's been insightful. I believe that the conversation would carry on our various WhatsApp and communication channels after this moment. So let's keep the communication open. Thank you very much. I believe we've all acquired some level of skill. We have picked up some tools that we can use for our regular evaluation. Thank you so much. So let's quickly give feedback on